Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage, hope you're all doing well, and welcome back to Community Fridays. This week we have another really awesome Love Live deck, featuring mostly the new cards from School Idol Festival, but this one was posted in the Base Damage Discord by Weiss Schwarz. They've changed their names a couple times in the server, so I'm just going based off the most recent one as of the recording of this, but that is their current name. But they said that they wanted to post up some Love Live, and this one's very interesting. I actually recognize one random card in here, being the Nico level 1 backup here, and everything else I believe is from the new School Idol Festival. So we have a 8 gold bar set up here, which is very interesting. I am just glad to see, basically, like, there's a lot of the new girls from School Idol Festival, but this one in particular focuses all on the original Love Live girls, which is Muse. Honoka, which is behind my head, Honoka, Nozomi, Umi, all of them. So this is really cool to see. Let's hop right into it without further ado. Now, it does look like this Ren here has a climax combo, but because it's blue, and I'm fairly certain the two climax combos of the deck are this Ellie and this Honoka, it looks like we're not going to have a climax combo right here, so just going to go ahead and say that right now. In fact, we're just going to take a peeky. Full of Energy Guts Pose, and we do not have that down here. That's Dreams, Dream That Comes True With You, and Time Flies, It's Dusk. Okay, so we do not have the climax combo for this Ren, but I'm assuming the first effect is probably worth it. So let's start off with, the first time I saw this, I thought it was Umi, but it's Nico. I was like, wait, that totally does not look like Nico for some reason, but then you can kind of see it in the eyes. But anyway, let's take a look here. We have 3/2, 10,500, training both mind and body Nico Yazawa. If you have 2 or more other music characters, she gets 1,000. When this is placed on stage from hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the waiting room. Deal X damage to your opponent, X equals to the number of level 0 or lower characters amongst those cards. Damage may be canceled as usual. So, interesting there. Just a little bit of off, a little off finisher right there, a little burn. We have his 3/2, 10k White Swan Eliase. We have, if you have 3 or more other music characters, this gets 1,000 power. So just extra buffs as long as you have enough characters on the field. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1 stock. If your opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room and puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. This is good. This is a really good one. We have the stock swapper. Alrighty, 2 copies of that. I'm assuming they really love them some Ellie, because that's the end combo here, as well as the stock swap. Very interesting. So we have 3/2, 10k, Evening Student Council Room Eliase. If Let's Sing Together, Honoka Kosaka is in your clock, which I think is the other... I think it's that level 0 that's behind my head. This gets minus a level on hand. When this is placed on stage from hand, this gets 3k power till the end of the turn, and the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this card is put into your waiting room from the stage, you may return this card to your hand. So if she dies, she comes back to your hand. I know a couple characters that do this. When this card attacks, if Time Flies, It's Dusk is in your climax area, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. Just a free on attack, burn 1. Understandable. Let's Sing Together Honoka. Yep, it is going to be this particular Honoka, which is the other climax combo of the deck. So you have to have this, what did it say, in clock? In clock, and then you can early play this. Okay, cool. All right, so moving on to, I was about to say the last level 3, and there's 2 more. Toe Bean Touch Ren. Okay, Toe Beans. 3/2, 10k. This is placed on stage from hand. You can pay 1, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's waiting room. Oh, it's the Fumio. Your opponent returns all cards from their waiting room except those 2 into their deck and shuffle their deck. So you basically pick 2 of their climaxes, and they don't shuffle back in those climaxes, but shuffle everything else back in. So this is a really strong Fumio right here. You definitely run this. Between Fumio and stock swap, like, okay, move over Hendrickson, the fucking 7 deadly sins. Like, okay. Fucking Mew's gonna rock up in here. Counting on Mew, Ren Hoshizora is a 3/2, 10k. Placed on stage from hand. You may put the top card of your clock in the waiting room. Actually, that's a good point. I think this is our first healer. I think none of the other ones healed. I just noticed that. Experience. That's a 9 or higher. What the? Okay. Up to 1 time per turn when this card attacks, if the total level of cards in your level is 9 or higher. You have to have 3 level 3s. Okay. You can pay 2 and discard a music character from hand. If you do, this gets 3,500 power and the following ability to end of turn. Up to one time per turn when damage dealt by this card is canceled, you may restand this card. That is wild. So that's another thing I don't care for this. The experience, is a side thing. It's you have to pay the cost on attack. And then if the damage gets canceled, then you restand, then you do the damage. Like, okay, I remember having to deal with this because of another Hanyo level 3. Shout outs to what was it? One of the guys who was on the podcast a while back. His name was Pay 3 for Hanyo. So there was a level 3 Hanyo that was like on attack, pay a cost to stand her. And basically the attack carried through while she was standing. Then you see if the damage, you see if the damage stuck and everything. And then you could attack with her again. This is the same thing. So what's going to happen here is she'll restand before the characters actually battle. And then the damage, she'll deal her soul damage. She'll stand herself if it gets canceled. And then she'll check to see if they battle or not. She could become reversed right then and there. And then you just not be able to do anything. So that's kind of wild right there. So anyway, just to keep that in mind. But 4 of this, I guess you put as many copies as you can just to make certain that you can potentially get the restand ability. So, all right, moving on. We have no level 2s. We go straight to level 1. I'm going to attack Nozomi as a 1/1 at 3,500. Shout outs to Joe. When this card becomes reversed in battle, reveal the top part of your deck. If that card is a level 0 or lower character, you may return this card to your hand. So it just bounces back. Okay. When this becomes reversed, when this level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level, you may put the top card of your opponent's clock into the waiting room. If you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. So anti-change clock kick that can save itself, which is just like funky. I like it though. That's really neat. Then we have 4 copies of Nico Niiiiii for all. 104k. When damage dealt by this card is canceled, you may choose one of your opponent's level 0 or lower characters and put it into their waiting room. She's like very weak, but it's like, I get this though, like if you cancel her damage, she can go like, cool, I'm going to snipe your back row or something. So I do like this for that effect, which to be fair, we're not really running any like level 1 combos because the Honoka behind my head is a level 1 combo. All right, so this is the only card in here that at a glance I knew what the hell it did. Taking Pride in Lyrics, Nico. It's a 1k backup, but you can use her effect. She has an anti-change. When you use this card's backup, you can pay 2. Choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than your opponent's level, put it into your opponent's waiting room. Your opponent will choose up to one level 0 or lower character from their waiting room and put it on the stage that character was on. So you do get to get rid of something and something comes back in its place. But because of the wording of this, it doesn't come in rested. They still have a character they could attack with. But you could also potentially deny them like a climax combo or something with the early play. So that's understandable. Also the fact that you can use this at level 1. So if you're like, oh cool, my opponent like standbyed in some level 2 shenanigans, just get it out of here, So it just really depends on what it is. But your opponent does get something off of this. And you end up discarding this card from hand and to stock. Like, it's understandable. But yep. All right. That is the. I need to check something. I know that I figured they were wanting to keep this Muse themed because this is like from a much older Love Live set. I'm assuming there's got to be a better anti-change, especially like in School Idol Festival or something. There's got to be a better anti-change than the Nico. But hey, it exists. It's a level 1 backup your opponent has to worry about. Feelings for Muse. Hanayo Koizumi is a 1035. Experience. During your turn, if the total level of cards in your level is 2 or higher, very easy, she gets 4k, so she'll be a 1075, which is kind of significant. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you can arrest one of your standing music characters, music being the entire Love Live set. If you do, choose one card in your level and one card in your waiting room, exchange them. Choose up to one of your characters, and that character gets +1 level to end of turn. Okay, so this is your level fixer for the Ren restand. Got you. Okay. To which, also make certain that she herself gets her experience effect to make certain she has the big numbers. But that does, having the level fix makes this a bit more reliable, just to say. All right, we have a very smug Nozomi. The power of fortune telling Nozomi Tojo is a 0025. We're in the level zeros now, my bad. When this card attacks, if you have another music character, you can sack another music character. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 1 or lower, put it into your hand. Which, to be fair, the rest of this deck is level 1 and lower. So you basically are almost, like, outside of this, you're almost guaranteed to get something off of it. And you're also purposely chucking several level 3s into your level. So, understandable. 4 copies of Goddess of Flowers Nozomi Tojo 002K. You could put up to, this one. You could put up to 4 cards with the same card name as this card and cards named Angelic Angel Nozomi Tojo in your deck. That is a particular card from, what was it called? I forget, like the Summer Festival, something or other. But there's basically another Nozomi in an older set that has this same second effect here. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 green character from amongst them, add it to your hand. Now, this is stating you can run 4 of that Nozomi and 4 of this Nozomi without issue. I don't understand why this effect is up here because they have separate names. It's not... The rules of Weiss check for the name of the card in terms of deck building, not does this have the same effect as another card in your deck. This is just a waste of ink. I don't understand why it's specified in here. There's like no other cards, even in the older sets, that was like, if you have Angelic Angel Nozomi Tojo for something. I don't know, just you can put 4 cards with the same name, because this is basically a remake of that older card. Maybe people thought, oh, there'd be confusion, you can only run one or the other. Maybe it's just there for clarification purposes, and we're going to leave it at that. But otherwise, it's a complete and total waste of ink. Next, we have Let's Sing Together Honoka Kosaka 002K. During your turn, this card gets plus 1,000 power. When a new live dream that comes true with you, which is the other gold bar, is placed in your climax area. If this card is in your center stage, you have another music character, you can pay the cost, which is bouncing her back to hand, which is relevant to make certain you can put her into your clock, so that's understandable. If you do, choose 1 level 0 or lower music character in your waiting room, put it in the stage position this card was in, and that character gets plus 500 power till end of turn, which could be very useful for some stuff. So I gotta see what these other cards are. But you could do this like twice and just, put other cards in your back row, brainstormers, etc. So, and I do see like multiple brainstormers down here, so that's a little bit understandable. But because it also goes back to your hand, that's a good point. You can purposely have it in your center. I'm mostly thinking backstage with this, but you could have this on your center stage and bring back, like, say, this Nozomi that lets you on attack sack someone else and do some shenanigans. Okay, let's see what the other cards are before we continue on. I just realized, you don't have every single girl in here. You got one, Nico, Ellie, Ren, Nozo, 4, 5, 6, because Honoka, 7, because Umi. They're missing Maki and Kotori. So you almost have all Amuse in here, but I just realized you were missing Maki when I was like in mid-sentence. All right, continuing on. Venue Guiding Secrets Ellie Ayase 0015. When this is placed on stage from your hand, you can put the top card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room. If you do, choose 1 card in your opponent's waiting room, put it into their stock. Which that's kind of funny because then you could go like, here, I'm going to toss this climax into your stock. Especially if they're about to refresh. That's kind of funny. Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest this, mill 4. For each climax revealed amongst those cards, perform the following action. Choose 1 card in your clock, return it to hand, put the top card of your deck into your clock. Okay. Alright, it works. I'm just saying, it's a brainstorm. It's not the best brainstorm, but it's a brainstorm. Reign of Light Nozomi Tojo 0015. All of your level 0 or lower characters in front of this card get plus 500 power. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this, mill 4. For each climax, choose a character in waiting room, return to your hand. See, this is a much better brainstormer to me. Even though I like the first effect on this Ellie way more, because the Assist of level 0 or lower characters in front. It's not like you have level 0s that get like overtly huge. But let's see what this last one does, this Umi. Crisp in White Umi Sonoda, 002K. When this is placed on stage from waiting room, you can discard a card, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. If there's a climax amongst those, you can salvage back a character. And when this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, pitch 1, salvage back a music character, and give another music character 1,000 power until end of turn. Which is kind of understandable because you're going to need some buffing power. I mean, you have the Hanyo to get over stuff, and she does the level fixing and stuff and all that. But you definitely need more power at level 1, I feel. There's got to be some other like big targets you could put in there. It's not like you have anything in here that, like from School Idol Festival or anything that's like really requiring specific traits. It's all music. There's got to be some other big stuff from older sets you could do. But either way, that is going to round out the deck. We have 4 copies of A New Live Dream That Comes True With You. It almost sounds like a Hololive like title for some reason, but I mean, you know, it works. They're idols. 4 copies of that gold bar and 4 copies of the LA gold bar. Time flies, it's dusk. And that is going to be it. Thank you once again to Weiss Schwarz for sharing this particular deck build. Really awesome. I always love to see some more Love Live in here. Joe has some competition when it comes to Love Live. We have to see if he will get back in the kitchen and start cooking a little bit. But yeah, I feel there's probably some other upgrades that could be done to this deck. I'm not trying to fix it. We're just showcasing it because they wanted to share it and everything. But I almost question like what you could do to make this a little bit stronger. Granted, you already have like the 2-card Fumio. You got the stock swap. You got early anti-change and everything. There's some good stuff in here. I almost feel this deck needs like a few tweaks and it could be even better. But I already like it. We'll see. You know, there's nowhere to go but up, basically. So that is going to be it for us today. Thank you once again, Weiss Schwarz, for sharing this. I do greatly appreciate everybody who shares all the deck profiles and everything for Community Fridays. And if you want to submit your own as well, feel free to do so. There'll be a link to join the Discord in the description. There's 2 channels in the Discord. Basically, one that says Decklist Submissions and one that says Community Fridays. You can post it in either, and if I see it and I like the deck, like I saw with this one, I'll definitely make a video on it. So feel free to do so at your convenience if you wish to do so. And we will see y'all on the flip side. Stay based.